Good day, everyone. On behalf of Miss Jeremy Riquelme, I am Marie-Therese Rivera, asking you a favor to please join with me as I am about to report our assigned topic, the Chapter 6, Education and Teacher-Related Laws. After this little discussion, we are aiming that you will be able to discuss details and provisions of laws significant to the teaching profession and how you apply to the teaching profession. Lesson 1 in Chapter 6, Republic Act 7877, an act declaring sexual harassment unlawful in the employment, education, or training environment, and for other purposes. Section 1 of the Republic Act 7877, the title, "This Act shall be known as the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995. Section 2, Declaration of Policy. The state shall value the dignity of individual and guarantee full respect of human rights." Section 3, Work, education, or training-related harassment is defined. But before we start, ato sang ilailahon kung kinsa ang committed or involved ani. Tanang employer, employee, trainer, professor, instructor, coach, kana sila tanan. So, in a work-related or employment environment, sexual harassment is committed when the sexual favor is made as a condition. If the above act would impair the employee's right or privileges, when the above act results in an intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment for the employee. Letter B. In an education or training environment, sexual harassment is committed when against the one who is under the care, custody, supervision of the offender, against one whose education is entrusted to the offender, when the sexual favor is made as a condition of giving passing grades, when sexual advances result in an intimidating or offensive environment to the apprentice. Section 4. Duty of the employer of head of office in a work-related education or training environment. The employer or head of duty shall promulgate appropriate rules and regulations approved by the employees or students or trainees. The said rules and regulations issued pursuant to this section shall include: create a committee on decorum and investigation of cases on sexual harassment. Committee shall be composed of at least one representative each from the management, or they called it the union. Committee shall be composed of at least one representative each from the administration, the trainers, teachers, instructors, professors, coaches, and students or trainees. The employer or head of office, educational or training institution shall disseminate or post a copy of this act for the information of all concerned. Section 5. Liability of the employer, head of office, educational or training institution. The head of office shall be solidarity liable to damage arising from the acts of sexual harassment committed in the employment, educational, or training environment. Section 6. Independent action for damages. Nothing in this act shall prelude the victim of work, education, or training-related sexual harassment from instituting a separate and independent actions for damages and other affirmative relief. Section 7. Penalties. Any person who violates the provisions of this act shall, upon conviction, be penalized by imprisonment of not less than 1 month nor more than 6 months, or a fine of not less than 10,000 pesos nor more than 20,000 pesos, or both such fine and imprisonment at the discretion of the court. Section 8. Separability clause. If any portion or provision of this act is declared void and unconstitutional, the remaining portions or provisions hereof shall not be affected by such declaration. Section 9. Repealing clause. all laws, decrees, orders, rules, and regulations, other issuances, or points thereof inconsistent with the provisions of this act are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. Section 10. Effectivity Clause. This act shall take effect 15 days after its complete publication in at least 2 national newspapers of general circulation. And it has been said that it was approved. This is our reference. A reminder to all, a teacher who loves teaching teach students to love learning. Thank you!